Hi guys, thanks for joining us for some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are regular listeners and you have been emailing us, some of you are texting me, uh, keep those coming in. We like to get some ideas off emails for some of our topics, and actually, we learn from them as well. So we love to get the emails, and even the texts are fine as well. Um,
Today we have Jim and Enzo in the office. Um,
you know, I don't know if you noticed the new dog bed
yes,
in the room.
I do. It's nice.
I got that for Jim
Mm,
because I felt like Enzo was squeezing him out of the original bed
right.
for podcast work only, and he won't lay in it.
Well, I'm not sure why, because that's comfortable. Again, I'm gonna have to take it. I'm just gonna have to take it.
It's actually, I don't know if you felt it, but it's super squishy and nice and soft. It probably would make a really nice pillow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I have a little head, but
It's a little pillow.
yeah, well, it should fit Jim.
Well, he's a big Shiba. I won't say why.
He's larger than maybe most should be.
He's fat.
Well.
So, anyhow, today we are going to talk about responsible dog walking and having your dog out in public, interacting with strangers and other dogs.
Yes, excellent topic.
Yeah, and I think just from the starting point of you taking your own dog out,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to know your dog's personality, your dog's quirks. Even like when you and I go into Petco and I have Yazi with,
Yes.
who is trained to walk off leash. And of course, going into the stores, we always have him on leash.
Yes.
But because of his size and the type of dog he is, a lot of times I send you ahead to check out if there's other dogs that might be confrontational with
Right.
him.
Just avoid the situation altogether.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's best case. I mean, you just want to avoid, like I said, avoid it if you
Yeah.
can. Just
That's the best way to do it. But and he is a trained dog. He's an amazing dog. I'd like to take a little credit for that, but he is just that way. It's his nature to be that way. So I mean, we even take funny little precautions like that, and it's we don't want to have any problems in public with our dogs.
right.
Tori sometimes takes her dogs into Tractor Supply, and if I'm in town, she'll ask me to meet her there, just
Yep.
because of their size. I mean, they outweigh Tori,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I'm old.
We got to double team it here. Okay.
So we have to take both those little things into consideration when we're out and about with our big dogs.
Well, you want it to be a positive experience no matter where you're going with your dog. So,
Well, positive for the community too. I don't
yes.
necessarily, like to always hit on the Cane Corso as a breed, but anytime you have a bigger, more intimidating dog, some people are afraid of pit bulls. They're a little bit smaller, but they are powerhouses.
Right.
You have to be considerate of other people who might be afraid of the bigger dogs.
Well, and that's just common courtesy. Just because you like your dog and love big dogs and aren't bothered, it's always nice to be aware of everybody else around you too.
Right. Right. That's just being considerate.
Yep.
And kind of a side note, working in the vet clinic,
Mm.
I got bit more by small dogs than I ever did by big ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really a small dog fan myself.
Jim is a small dog.
No, well. I mean, maybe size wise, but I don't. That personality is not.
He's fat, Tori.
I made him bigger. See.
Was that your goal to turn him into a big dog?
Yeah.
Sideways.
That maybe if you feed him on it,
He's
like
not any taller.
well, I don't know.
I don't know. He looks like he's getting kind of a complex all of a sudden.
That attitude.
But anyhow, with the big dogs, you got to be considerate of people that you're around, whether you're taking them into stores or walking them around town or whatever it is. People are apprehensive of bigger dogs. So, with that being said, it's also important to be polite if you're walking dogs in residential areas or on sidewalks to make sure to carry your plastic bags with to pick up poop. Don't leave that on people's property or on a sidewalk. That's pretty impolite.
And gross.
Yeah.
And gross.
It is gross. It is gross. No one wants to step in someone else's poo, especially if they aren't dog people. Then it's like, oh man, can you even frickin' believe someone left a load of poo there?
Well, and if they don't have a dog, there probably could be part of the reason is they don't want to be stepping in or picking up poop. So here,
Yeah, be responsible for your dog taking a dump in public or on someone's property.
I've seen it many times throughout the years. Just
Yeah.
everywhere, all over. People just let this poop all over.
When you were, gosh, I bet you were 3 years old. We had a dog named Gigi.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but it was this one particular house across the road and down 2 houses that Gigi would always go and poop in their front yard.
What my question is, what did that dog do?
I don't know. I really don't. But many, 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 many times the owners of that home would knock on my door and kind of be angry at me because she would go over there and poop. And they would say, we don't have dogs. We don't like that in our yard. And I totally understood that. But Gigi was a Houdini. She would get away, and she didn't run off and go 5 miles away or terrorize the neighborhood. She just went to the one specific house and took a crap right in the middle of their yard.
Well, they need to quit doing whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like some sort of reflection of what she thought of their personality or what. Maybe she didn't like that they weren't dog people.
Sometimes I think dogs know more than we do.
Sometimes they do. So, yeah, so that was kind of a problem for me and then I had, 4 tiny kids. So, I don't know why she did it. She did it. They didn't like it. So, I did spend many evenings over cleaning up someone else's yard, but you got to be considerate of other people. Not everybody wants to deal with dog poop. Not everyone wants dogs, and as much as we love dogs,
I mean, that's outrageous to not want a dog. I don't know.
Yeah, because Tori says you need 1 or 4.
Yeah. Get it right.
Yeah. But yeah, so you always want to do that. You want to be responsible and you want to know your own dog and what they should or shouldn't be doing and how they affect the people around them. But the other end of that is, what do you do if you are doing all the right things and you're walking your dog and you come upon a dog that is not being watched over?
And that does happen, unfortunately. It can be a problem, and sometimes it's a matter of people not following the leash laws in the area. Always want to double check what those are for you in your specific area. They do vary from, I don't know if it's county or state or...
I think it's usually city, but
Okay.
don't quote me on that.
Sure. But yeah,
Sometimes they also require a city tag. They have to be registered and have a tag that, has a number on it.
yes.
Some require them to have identification tags for just address and, being able to contact you.
Yep.
So you do need to check with your local laws and see what that is.
Yeah. And they might be pretty relaxed depending on the area you're in, but, I mean, there's always something you want to just check into to make sure you're following the rules.
Yep, that's true. Actually, some places are far more lenient than others, and you get into the bigger cities, and the rules are much more regulated with the dogs.
And with the more relaxed rules too, that just means you need to be a little bit more aware.
Hmm. Well, you know what I say:
What's
research, research, research.
Yeah.
So you got to check into everything when you're a dog owner. That's part of being responsible. I was actually looking on the internet and I found a site. It was Dogster,
Okay.
and they had some ideas and tips for what to do if you do fall into the situation where another dog approaches you or you and your dog.
I have not yet been in that situation, but it's definitely something I've. It could happen to anyone, anywhere. Just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't. So.
Well, and you have to just be aware that there's a potential. Anytime you, I mean, I don't care if it's a poodle.
Right.
I mean, you always have to be aware of the risks. You have to be aware of your dog's behavior and potential for a problem. And you have to know that not everybody else is responsible.
Right.
So it's just an awareness. And that's why we're talking about it, is so that people can, think, oh, that's probably true. But you do need to be aware of if somebody else's dog is not controlled too. So we talk about, considerate dog ownership, but there's a flip side to that.
Right.
And that's why I was looking through this Dogster thing. They had a list of, they always got the top 10 lists, and I think this was I'm flipping through my notes. Tori was earlier making fun of my notebook.
It's falling apart.
It does have, my pages are not staying how they should. I don't know, this one had I don't know, what was it, 16
Oh, wow.
tips? So there was no top 10 on Dogster, that's for sure.
Well, they need to get with it.
It was 14.
Oh.
This is their 14 tips.
Mm.
The first one is to be prepared, which that is a favorite of mine.
Well, and it's, kind of goes along with some of the other things. You need to be very honest about your own dog's quirks.
Right.
And personality, all that.
Yep. So, being prepared, if there were something to happen, they say take treats with, an automatic umbrella, deterrent spray, or an air horn. Now, in my own kennels, I have used air horns.
Yep, I've used those as well.
Yep, and if, we have a scuffle, which we do our best to avoid, blast that thing, it scares the ants in your house,
Yeah, it does.
They're pretty loud. But the treats, and I'm a big fan of treats. Those, I mean, I don't care what you're doing, training your own dog. I'm a treat person. I'm a briber if I have to get gone.
I'll bribe a dog real fast.
Yeah, so,
So I just have to say, I think that's a good idea. When I read that and we were talking about it earlier, I just had this visual of somebody just chucking handfuls of treats at a dog and telling it to go home. But
yeah, you don't want to pellet the dog with treats. No.
That is incorrect. Okay.
So, yeah, your visual on that was incorrect, but that is fun.
Yeah, it made me chuckle.
You kind of want to throw them to get the dog away from you. So,
right.
Yeah. And then the automatic umbrella, if you pop it open, it's supposed to startle them and make them go away. I actually was watching a video one time, and I cannot remember the trainer's name, but he said whenever he walks the dog, he carries a walking stick with, and he says, he's not one that will hit a dog, but if, someone's dog comes at his and they have no control, he said he doesn't hesitate to give them a whack. Well, a little extreme, but I understand his thinking on that.
Well, and at a certain point, and that's a good thing too to kind of bring up, because where's that line? How do you really know?
Well, he was a professional dog trainer, so
yeah. Well, he must be a little right.
Or they're paying way too much for that dude.
It's hard to say which. Yeah.
The next one is the stay calm, and yeah, obviously you don't want to hyper react to anything going on, because the dogs, they read the energy you're putting off.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, stay calm. Don't get all frantic and freaky on everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, I slurred there. And then look for the owner.
Yeah. Hopefully they're around.
Yeah, it might be a person that is walking a dog off lead.
Yeah.
and they're just like right over there by the bush while their dog's running around. And it, don't be afraid to say, hey, you want to call your dog off?
They might just not realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, they might be on their phone, not noticing that their dog's wandered a bit far. So
Yeah.
take a look around the area to see if the owner would happen to be nearby, and and it's not rude to do that. Just ask him if he can call his dog off.
And you do have to kind of be aware that not everybody's going to cooperate with you, even if there is a situation. Um,
People are rude.
People are rude. I've seen plenty of videos where somebody's saying not friendly, as in their dog is not friendly. This, the other dog is coming towards them off leash, and the person's saying, "Oh, my dog is friendly. Mine is not."
Right.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
No.
So even though the one off lead is friendly and happy, maybe your dog isn't approachable.
Right. Right. Or at least in that situation. That's
Yeah.
not saying you have a bad dog, but yeah.
Well, not all. I don't like all people.
Yeah.
So why would the dogs like all dogs? It's
Exactly.
just not something that's a
Right.
true thing. Sorry, guys, I don't like all people. I'm sorry.
I know.
So that's probably why I have dogs.
Surprise. No.
And another thing is to watch the dog's body language.
Yes.
If
That's
you feel like
huge.
they're kind of stalking you or creeping on you or kind of giving you the side eye or kind of a whale look in their eyes. You just got to be aware of how they are, how they're approaching you.
Well, and you can look for things like, their ears being forward, more perky and alert. Their tail wag if it's not very relaxed and you're
Mhm.
seeing some stiffness. Things like that. If you're paying attention, it should be fairly easy to kind of pick out.
Well, and if you are unable to really pin down what the dog's body language is telling you, one thing you can do too is just change directions.
Yep.
It's if you're walking down a sidewalk ahead, you see a dog just kind of roaming around. Take a sharp left and go
Yep.
another way and stay away from the dog. So
Yep.
again, just avoiding that situation.
Keeping that dog's focus on you instead of what's going on around.
And you can also put your dog behind you. And that's a okay one, but sometimes just making that break. There's two things to that. One, the dog might be less aggressive if there's a person between the roaming dog or the off leash dog
Right.
and your dog. So if you break the eye contact, and they're dealing with a person, they might be less interested in anything.
Right.
So putting them behind you, breaking the eye contact is a good way to do it.
Well, and I've had, dogs in the past where they're fine with people, but they don't really like other dogs. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. So yeah.
yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest. Number 7 makes me chuckle.
Oh, uh-oh.
It was tell them to go home.
Do they know what that means? My dogs might.
Well, that's because you talk to your dogs.
Yeah.
Tori would be asking them, "Do you know your address? What's your mom's name?
Do you
Oh,
have
You don't have a mom? What's your dad's name?
emergency contact, anything?
Here, can you print that here?
Next of kin?
I will call them." Because Tori talks to dogs.
Yeah. Are you worried? You look scared. Come on. Come here.
What's your name?
Let me help.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that one might work for Tori. I thought it was kind of funny to just tell the dog to go home.
Yep.
I don't think that's overly effective unless you're near their home. So
Yeah, well, and if they're not with their owner, especially, I mean, you don't know where they came from. So
and they might not either. They might be lost.
yeah.
Another, you can also create a barrier, like a car, step behind a car, a bike, or if you're carrying a backpack or a bag.
Put them in a trash can.
Yeah, some people have done that. Yep.
It sounds ridiculous, but honestly, if it's close, the dog's out of harm's way.
Yep. And then you can deal with the stray dog, the roaming dog, the off-leash dog, whether it's, waving down the owner or just shooing it away.
Right.
Or throwing treats at it, pelleting it with treats.
Just chuck them right at it. Just chuck them.
Okay. Also, avoid contact. So I'm not sure what's going on in the studio here. Jim is with us, and he um,
Chewing.
is he chewing or making out with that bed?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We got to check it out.
Well, we'll have to. I hope this not a hole there, or he's canned. He's out of here if he's chewing on the equipment.
Oh, great! I'm gonna have to sock him up.
Anyhow, avoid eye contact.
Yep.
In the dog world, eye contact is actually a form of. It can be read as confrontational.
Oh, yep.
So,
Yeah.
You want to look at them in their direction without into their eyes. If you look into their eyes, they're like, it's on.
Right. Well, and especially if you don't know that dog. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I've actually seen that where I've seen, a dog that seems fairly friendly. I was over at someone's house and one of the kids was looking at the dog and into the eyes. And the dog was fine before that, but when, it was like a eyes to eyes, the dog kind of went into a kind of a aggressive stance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you want to be careful about looking directly into their eyes.
Yeah. And honestly, kids do that because they just think, oh, I love these dogs, and they don't really think about it. So it's a good thing to teach your kids to.
Yeah. Well, and kids are the same height.
Yeah, it's
So,
kind of
well, for a bigger dog.
right.
So, I mean, I think that's natural for a kid to want to look into the eyes, but
Oh yeah.
Don't do it.
Well, and they're adorable. How could you not want to?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Number 10 is keep your hands still and hold them low. Again, it's just kind of an aggressive thing. If you're towering over the dog or raising your hands up, they're going to view that as an aggressive move. Again, that goes back to just being calm around him, not hyper-reacting, just kind of
Right.
be there and, keep your hands down and easy.
Don't lay on your back and show them your belly, okay? We don't need to go that far.
Now, is that something you've ever done?
Not intentionally.
Just when you fall down.
Yes.
You're not accident prone, are you?
No.
No. Okay, and 12 is actually, throw some treats.
I'm gonna have to. I'm trying it on my dogs.
Honestly, now that I've heard what goes on in your head, I can't even read that without not getting my own visual of pelleting a poor dog with treats.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, number 13 is to startle the dog, and this is where the spray or the umbrella or the horn would come into play.
Yeah, and that does kind of contradict the stay calm, I feel.
It
But-
does. I think if you're in the situation, you're probably not going to go through step 1 to 14.
Right.
So
That's-
I think you have to pick and choose what's going to work for the dog that you are
I know
not
what
familiar with.
I know what step I'm starting with.
Throw the treats.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Pellet them.
Yeah. I throw food at my own kid. Okay.
I don't know where you learned that. But
Yeah, Mom.
the show is not called Parenting 101.
I just recall mashed potatoes on a spoon that went flying a few times.
Well,
Mm.
I think that might have been one of the boys that did that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Although
yeah.
I did throw tater tots at Travis once when he was learning to drive.
Well, he probably deserved it.
Sometimes he does.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the startling, let's see, it's just, I think you kind of want to maybe save that for like, if all else fails.
Oh, okay.
You
Last
know.
resort.
Yeah, it's not really something you want to start off with like, pow, there's an umbrella in your face. And the poor dog's going to have a stinking heart attack. I mean, kind of start with the
Yeah.
pelleting of treats.
Sure.
And
See, that's a good.
And you're working your way up to the umbrella and the
Yeah.
air horn in the face. So, you know,
Yeah. Well, at least you're not chucking the air horn.
you don't
Okay.
want to be one of those freaky deaky people that walks around with an air horn cannon every time a dog comes within 2 feet of it, it just right in their face. I mean, you'll have dead dogs trailing all the way back to your house.
I'd get complaints in this town.
Yeah, you
It's
would.
small enough.
That's a well, yeah. If you
Yeah.
blew an air horn here, you would be able to hear it all the way down to the other end of town.
Literally.
We're gonna have to look at the population here. What is it?
No. Oh, I don't have my phone. I'll have to Google it. We'll get back to you on that.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Tori.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then if there is a kind of a scuffle that goes on, it's really important if there's anything that was very violent at all, or even just what appears to be a stray dog with nowhere to be, to contact the local authorities. Most of the time, if you call the police, they'll gather up a dog and take it to the nearest shelter or pound. And then a lot of times they're posted or listed somewhere. So
Yeah.
hopefully you can. And two, they also check for microchips.
Right.
So that's if you have your information on the microchip, then they can contact you and let you know that they have your dog.
Yeah.
And so always make sure to contact the authorities, the proper ones, and see if you can't get that dog back with its owner.
The area that we're in is actually pretty good about that. I know one of my brothers has a dog that Cody. We've talked about him before in Tucker, and he's had to bust him out of jail a couple times because he's an escapee.
You know, that is a funny story. Tucker is a dog that is now about 12 years old.
Oh yeah, getting up there.
And again, I'm sure I've said he's husky pit bull mix. And I was working one day and the police called me.
Oh. Uh-oh.
And they asked if I was Cody's mother. Of course I am.
Yes.
And they said that Tucker was on the run. And would I come over to Cody's house? So I told my employer the situation and that I had to leave. And I came driving down Cody's road, and there were 5 police cars in a kind of a circular way. And I drove up, and what I saw was a cat laying in the middle of the road with all these police cars pointed at it. And I was like,
This is about a dog. What is that?
yeah, I'm thinking, I don't think they've called the right people. What's with the cat?
Yeah.
You know? And so I sat there a minute and thought, should I even, get out? Because this is not Tucker, I can tell you that.
Right.
So I did get out and I walked over to a police and they had Tucker in the back seat of a police car.
Oh, they already locked him up.
And I was like, what's going on? And they said, well, he was running all over the neighborhood. We couldn't even catch him, so we got him in the car finally. And I said, oh, well, I'll take him.
Yeah.
And as I reached for the handle of the cop car door to get Tucker on a leash, the cop put her hand on a gun.
My goodness.
And I was like, what are you doing? And she said, well, he's not safe. And I said, yeah, he is. So I reached in and, of course, got him on the leash and we, left. And I put him in my car and asked if we were in trouble. And she said no, but Cody would probably be ticketed for dog at large, which I think is about $100 fine.
Oh.
But Tucker is very interesting. Actually, last time we told you about him going shopping in the store without Cody, too. So,
Yes.
I mean, Tucker is a dang character. That dog,
He is actually a person in a dog's body, I swear.
and he's a naughty person.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense why him and Cody are together.
Anyhow, so that is a really great example of people being afraid of a pit bull.
Yeah.
And Cody was actually at work when this all transpired. I don't really know why they called me, but I guess they knew who I was and where I was, so.
Well, and he switches phones a lot. So
Yeah,
maybe
so.
they just couldn't
Anyhow, but yeah, so that was a little story of people being afraid of dogs.
He's fine. You just gotta relax. You get-
But some things that you do not want to do when you have a dog around you that is new to you, you don't know them, they're off leash or stray. You don't want to make loud, abrupt noises that can really trigger an attack mode. So you want to again keep it calm.
when I lived in Thief River, I had a different dog, and I lived in an apartment, and the downstairs neighbor was afraid of this dog, which was silly because, I mean, nicest dog you've ever met, but he is a cat person. I won't say anything about that, but I told him he was running, and this Arlo was his name. He wanted to play with this guy so bad, and he went walking by the side of the house, and I told him, I said, "Don't run." I said, "He wants to play with you." I said, "Don't run." And sure enough, he just felt like he had to run, and he went jumping across those snow piles with me dragging along because this guy just he had to run.
He was running from Arlo, yeah.
He was just trying to play though.
Yeah.
If you would have seen it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a bad idea to run. So that is something you don't want to do. It'll just trigger. Well, with Arlo, it was a play thing. He wasn't going into an attack mode. It was just, hey, come back. I want to play with you.
Yeah.
So it does do that. Also, with microchipping, that was something I wanted to mention earlier. It's not really required anywhere that I know of. I have not Googled the entire world, but it's generally not required. But it is a really great way to get animals back if by chance they would get lost.
Yeah.
And all your information is on there. And if you do move, make sure to update your residence, your information, or if you have a change in phone numbers. But microchipping, we really love to see people doing that. In fact, I think I'm going to start that with our breeding program is just include a microchip just to be safe.
I think that's an excellent idea. And you can have the best dog in the world, but accidents happen. Sometimes they just get out and who knows where they'll go. It depends on the dog and the area you're in. I mean, it could happen while you're out of state visiting somewhere or something, and I mean, you don't know.
Well, and they might just want to go shopping.
They got things to look at, okay?
Yeah.
You see that commercial? I'm getting it.
So, in the house, we have a guest interview we are going to do, and we have Daytrick with us. And this is Tori's son, and we want to know what his opinion is of having your dog out in public.
Say hi.
Hello, I am Daytrick, and
What do you what's a couple tips that you have for when people have their dogs out walking in town?
make sure to always have them on a leash, and make sure if you have a big or a little dog, keep them away from, if you have a little dog, keep them away from big dogs. If you have a big dog, keep them away from little dogs. Or because they will think they are probably a toy if they are not moving very much.
And they're squeaky.
Yes.
Small and squeaky. Just like a toy, huh?
Yep.
That's actually a very good tip.
Yep.
Yep. If a big dog gets after a little dog, that could be pretty serious.
Yeah, and make sure their body language is nice and not bad, because if it is bad, it's probably gonna attack. But if you have anything like a barrier or anything with you, just put it in front of you and hope for the best.
It could be a magazine even if you have like a book or something in your hand, just kind of put it between their face so they can't look at each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
That would work.
yeah, it would.
Mm-hmm.
Or what else would be a good barrier?
A backpack.
A backpack lunch. You have them every day. Hey, how are you enjoying your summer so far?
It's going good, but I am just very tired,
Exhausted from the rain?
exhausted from everything.
Mm. Well, that is great. This is what, the first week you've had off since school ended?
Yep.
1 week? That's great. And I bet you are going to spend a lot of time with the dogs.
I'm gonna spend a lot of time with them.
As soon as it quits raining. We have had a ridiculous amount of rain here in Minnesota,
Yep.
so it's kind of frustrating for dogs and kids.
Yeah. Haven't been able to be in my pool yet
Oh, dang it.
because of all the rain and all the temperature changes and the wind.
Oh, yeah, the wind has been awful too.
Mhm. So I don't think I'll be able to get into my pool this year.
How do you think the dogs are liking your mom's treats?
I think they are loving them because Tito has been trying to get more of them.
Oh,
Same with Betsy.
well, um, you know, if our listeners haven't heard yet, we are creating some dog treats to sell, and they are human grade. They are natural, and they are vegetables and meat and all sorts of tasty things. And so far, everybody we've given some to for taste testing and quality have told us they love them. So now Daytrick is verifying that the dogs here in this house also love them.
Paws up.
So here we don't do stars. How many paws would they get? Instead of 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, how many paws do you think they should get, the dog treats?
I think they should get a 5 paws.
5 paws.
Oh,
Mhm.
you are hired.
You're on the team immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So our dog treats are getting 5 paws from Daytrick and his dogs.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. With all this rain, Daytrick pretty much just lays around on the couch or the floor with the dogs laying on him.
Mm.
So.
Yeah, especially with the biggest one. I am just getting crushed by him.
Enzo.
Yep.
He's fat.
Don't say that.
So harsh.
But he is much loved, that is for sure.
Yes.
Yep, and he likes to lay around and do whatever he can.
Mhm.
Same with Jim. He's our littlest.
Well, that sounds like a great start to the summer despite the rain, and we are glad to hear that your dogs are giving us five paws for the treats.
Yeah. And I think if we make more and we start making enough to where we can sell them, I think we can actually make a business for them.
Well, that is the plan,
Yeah.
and
Heck
we
yeah.
are in the making of getting the products put together so we can start marketing them.
Okay.
So that is exciting for everybody.
Okay.
You're going to have to help do the work on that one.
I know.
If you're part of the staff, you got to be, in there in the kitchen slinging meat and veggies.
But I will help with most of the treats.
That sounds great.
I love that. On board then.
Yep, and if I am just incredibly tired, I'm still going to be making them because I can't take a nap.
We'll
normally.
sleep later, huh?
Yep.
We'll sleep later.
Well, sometimes we're incredibly tired,
Mhm.
but we have to kind of keep going. There are dogs out in this world that are in need of healthy treats
With all the vitamins.
and minerals.
Yeah.
So we've got to forge on so they can have their treats.
Yep.
For the good of all dog kind.
So anyhow, thank you for visiting with us for a minute, Daytrick. We sure did enjoy hearing what you have to say about it, and we hope to have you back another time.
Yeah, I will be back soon.
All right, that sounds awesome. And you enjoy your summer. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye. And again, I was on the internet and I was looking at a site. It was Puppy and Training.
Oh, okay.
And one thing that this one trainer said that he felt like the most basic command that all dogs should know is to pay attention.
Now, is that the command that he's suggesting you use, or is that kind of?
I think the command itself is like your choice,
Oh, okay.
but I think
Gotcha.
this is like the what he feels they should be doing.
Sure.
But you know, last time we talked, we were talking a lot about focus,
yeah.
which is pretty much the same thing as, you know, pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I wanted to bring up about that, I do think that's like amazingly important and probably one of the first things you need to teach a dog.
Yeah.
But the thing that I really think is overlooked a lot is that it's not just the dog that should pay attention, but the dog owner.
That is super important. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think too many people, and it's not just about, you know, public interaction with your dogs, but also for paying attention, you have to be paying attention to potty train a dog.
Yes.
You have to pay attention to make sure they aren't being destructive in your house.
Right.
You have to pay attention to, you know, it was kind of cute. You were telling me that one of your dogs was poking you
Mm-hmm.
and actually tattling on one of your other dogs who was getting into stuff on the counter.
Yes, and I was not initially paying attention to that too much because I thought,
The
He-
nudging.
yeah, initially it was kind of like, well, he is a little bit of a character, so, you know, well, whatever. Well, then when I actually started paying attention, he's tattling and letting me know he needs out and all this other stuff, and I'm like, huh, so who's the idiot here?
I'm not going to comment on that, but I think it is a great point
Yeah,
that you needed to pay attention. He was poking you
yeah,
to let you know something, and at first, you weren't paying attention.
Yep.
Then, boom, the light went on, and yeah.
yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so much easier.
You have been telling me the whole time. So I think it's really, really important that not just the dog learn to focus and pay attention to you, but also you got to pay attention to the dog for so many reasons in training.
Oh yeah,
And they are, I mean, even Rocky, he's my 17-year-old husky. He is a very quiet dog, and every now and then he would just randomly just bark, just relentlessly. And it finally occurred to me, I walked out one time and I'm like, what are you barking at? And there was a fox in the pasture.
oh, he heard something you didn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I started paying attention to my dog,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized that when he had this certain intense bark, I would go look, and there was generally something happening. You know, we have a little acreage out there. There was generally something happening out there.
Right.
And people just need to be aware that, you know, communicating with the dog is not just about teaching them commands, but also paying attention to the dog's behaviors and indications.
Well, and you know, one more thing, I've been outside with my dogs, and they're so wonderful.
That seemed a little sarcastic, but yeah.
No. Another thing, you know, I'll be out there doing things in the yard while they're going potty, not really paying attention, just not really a training setting or anything like that, just being outside. And one of them does not, you watch out for her, not the other way around. So I've hit the ground a few times just from simply not paying attention to where they're at in the yard, too. So that's also, you know,
They bowl you over.
they do, yeah. So, you know, feet
Yeah.
right out from underneath of me. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, there's so many reasons to pay attention. And, you know, it's you can't always put it on the dog. Some of it has to be about the owner, and really a dog is only as good as the time spent with them.
Yep.
So that is an excellent point. But so really, we just wanted to talk to people about healthy and positive public interaction with your
Mhm.
dogs, as far as people and other animals goes. Even I know we got to get going here, but I got to mention, you
Mhm.
know, in this town where you live,
Yep.
sometimes there's cats on the sidewalk too.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, you want to be able to, if your dog's paying attention to you, redirect them on, what they're going after, and so they don't hurt a neighbor's cat.
Yeah.
I mean, that is important, to not be, so vicious or so out of control that other people's animals, whether you like them or not, that's their pets.
Right.
So, it's really important to really, have a good handle on, public interactions with your dogs
Well, and personally, I would feel awful if my dogs did anything that would cause harm to anybody else's pet,
of any
any sort.
species. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so that was kind of what I wanted to go over. It's a really important thing to be able to control, handle, anticipate, just be aware of, and I feel like that was a really important thing to talk about today.
I agree. I really liked this one. I think it was a really great topic.
Well, and it's summer,
It
so
is.
there's going to be more people out and about at dog parks and
Oh,
on
yeah.
sidewalks.
Everybody's out walking around with their animals, and
Well, I did notice when I pulled up here, there was a little girl out here. Well, I shouldn't say little, she is small, but she was a teenager.
yep.
Had a German Shepherd. She was walking around, and I thought that was great, getting out with the dog instead of kids sitting in front of the boob tube watching TV and doing nothing, or the video games or whatever else.
Yeah.
So it's great to see kids out walking their dogs.
It
It's
is.
a good thing.
It's awesome.
But so we really appreciate you joining us today. And we hope to have you back next week. And if you do want to email us with any questions or comments, we love to get those at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com. And we hope to have you back next week.
Have a good weekend.
Goodbye.
Bye.